All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Yeah, we got you.
Hello.
Got a full house. Hallelujah. All right. I want to thank all of you for taking out the time and being with us. It's been so far. It's been a good, outstanding a month of doing this. So don't y'all blow it tonight. Y'all not gonna blow it.
You got on mute.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we're going to build and talk a little bit about the school as well, and about the homeschooling, and that's going to be something that will be the groundbreaking point of all things in that. And so we do have some of the teachers with us on tonight, and I'm grateful for that. And we'll begin to just we're going to share some things tonight. Hopefully, it help others that are doing homeschool, and then how we want to tell them how we kind of came about of this, and what the system, I guess you could say, how we are carrying those things out. So that would be good to know that, and we're going to start out, of course, letting you guys kind of introduce yourself in that. Now we minus one, and we could continue to if character is still there at the hospital. We want you to know that our prayers are with you, and hopefully that I was hoping that she would slide in just before we got started, but I have to get her next week. I have to put her on the put her on the spot to have her to come in and be with us in that. So so grateful again to have you guys, and we'll just start, and you could just kind of introduce yourself, and then I think we'll dive into a couple of things here. That's for sure.
Well, shalom, shalom. I'm Mora Sarah. I'm the program supervisor and the STEM teacher.
All right, all right,
Hi, my name is Mara Martha. I typically teach English and language arts, and I also teach mathematics.
all right.
Shalom, shalom. I'm Maura Cynthia, and I teach art and cultural studies.
Shalom, everyone. I'm Maura Shawn, and I'll teach nature studies.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm so glad to have you. Y'all sounded so good. I think I'm gonna start homeschooling. I'm gonna get me some homeschooling in there. So I am again so grateful to have you guys, and we just want. Oh, I think I'm pushing a little bit too much there. We want to just kind of build, and at the beginning of that. And Valencia, I think we'll let you kind of start off in that, and because then we can kind of build from there, how things was in your heart, and then how we connected, far as how the homeschool has grown, because we know that what we got now, the homeschool coming together, right, in different areas, and how that really took place, and you can give us a little bit of information about that, and we'll kind of build from there, huh?
Yes, sir. So, like a lot of families now, for my family, it started off with the pandemic and everybody kind of became homeschoolers. And so, but at the beginning of our journey, we had been looking for some tour based programs or some type of community that was tour based for homeschooling. And we had a really hard time finding that unity in the Torah community as far as the homeschooling. And we participated in a few different co-op programs, and we tried some things out until it came to the point where we really needed to do something. We decided to come together and do something ourselves since we couldn't find it. And with different events as they began to develop in the world, then our sister, dear sister Karika,
Yeah.
her children began to homeschool with my children. And then we've then Maura Martha here, then her daughter began to homeschool with us as well. And so we've kind of just been growing from there. And then the sisters came along, and one by one we've been joining the team to volunteer our time to take on different subjects. In the beginning, I did teach all the subjects, and I'm so grateful to the Most High that I can teach what I love, and
Yeah.
everybody else is kind of just filing in and stepped up to the plate to put their hand to the work to raise up these children together. And so now we have a team.
All right. All right. Outstanding. That the team there, the part of it, I just put a slide up, and what is that slide all about there, Sister Christina?
Yes, so that slide is actually one of the major cornerstones in which we use to build up the children in the way that they should go. So, this is our mission and vision, and this is something that we have the children memorize as an encouragement to them and as a foundation that they can walk on as they do grow in this world in these times that are, as we know as believers, is a little more difficult than we would hope for it to be. So, our mission and vision was actually written by Morris Sarah
No,
and
more Rivka.
more Rivka. I apologize. So it really just came back organically and just really shows
Mhm.
the heart of what us as parents and as teachers and kind of it gives us foundation to really help grow up our children. So the mission, the vision is we will grow down in order to grow up. So we're teaching the children that sometimes it takes an additional step of just bringing yourself down or bringing yourself back to something we thought we knew so that we can learn it in Yah's way, as opposed to the way that the world would normally teach our children. So we take a step back on everything that we encounter in the world, and we try to apply it to how Yah would have us walk out. So we will grow down in order to grow up. We are children of Yahweh, created with a purpose on purpose. We are loved both by our fathers and mothers on earth and our Father and King in heaven. We are not mistakes. We have meaning and value even when the world says otherwise. We are created by Yahweh, our Elohim, to do good works in his Son Yeshua. Our Father says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made and he never lies. Yeshua is Messiah and Yahweh's one and only Son, who died for us so we will live for him. We are Israelites. We are citizens of Yahweh's kingdom. So we have the children actually declare this every day as their purpose, along with the 10 words and the Shema as well. So it's one of the cornerstones on how we begin our day.
Oh, okay, excellent, excellent. That's a beautiful way to put that, and I tell you, you guys are just awesome when it comes to that. But we're gonna begin to really build just a little bit more, even with some questions as well. And but before we do, of course, I will get with uh, we'll have well, I'll tell you what, we'll start off with the questions, and then each one of you guys can kind of uh, maybe put in what you think and how you feel about it, and then maybe even what you can connect to it if it's just homeschool, if it's not, say, directly to you. One of the questions is what led you to choose homeschooling as an educational option for the children?
For me, I have teenagers and little ones, and my older children, they actually did attend public school for, until the middle school years. And just different experiences that they had, they actually began to cry out for a homeschooling option because they were having so many difficulties, and I could see how it was affecting them. And I didn't want that for them. I wanted them to be able to be healthy and learn how to really express themselves in a healthy way, and just to have safer options. And again, we kind of were fast forwarded in our progress when the pandemic hit.
Mm.
Okay. All right. I don't know if did I lose you there? I got you back. All right. Okay. Sister
If I
Christine.
can
Mhm.
just jump in, for
Yeah.
my daughter Isabella is autistic. So we learned early on that she was going to have a few, if not more than a few, significant delays or difficulties in her life. So I felt that this was one of the better options to make sure that I have people who love her and love the Father in her life that really sow and really build her on the chief cornerstone, on the foundations of the Most High. Because a lot of times you see special needs children are often falling through the cracks. They get left behind, or they're not treated with the right love that they desire because they're seen as less than. So knowing that we have people that serve the Most High here to teach her and love her, I know she's going to be receiving the love that the Most High has for us in her life, and she'll never be left behind. She'll be fully included in all the things, and that really gives her an upper hand in what the challenges she might have going forward. So I praise the Most High for that.
All right. Absolutely. That's outstanding. And of course, the other mighty teachers there, they don't have say students in the class themselves, but are willing to do that. So the rewording of that is, what do you feel uh, like the homeschooling being an option for our children? Is that, do you feel like that's a good opportunity for our children at the assembly? Their Sister Gwen?
Yeah, Moray, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, uh-huh.
Uh, I think it's an amazing opportunity for um, the children of our assembly to have that option. Um, Now, I don't have any children in the homeschooling, but I did at one time when my children were small do some homeschooling with them. And I found out that it gave the family an opportunity to grow closer together versus having them off in public school, and they find groups to join, and you kind of lose sometimes their respect. You kind of lose um, uh, that togetherness. And I think with our children from assembly going to this type of school, that they'll be closer, number one, to the parents, and they'll also be closer to the staff. Um, it's a lot of, uh, for a lack of a better word, there's a lot of togetherness,
Mhm.
and it's just a lot of close relationship. And as we normally put it, it's our village, and we know that village. It takes that village to raise our children, and I think we're doing a fantastic job by having this school.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Okay. All right. Somebody had the hand up there. Sister, you had the hand up.
Shalom. I wanted to sort of piggyback on Sister Gwinnett said. And actually, I have about 15, maybe 20 nieces and nephew in total, great nieces and nephew in total. And I remember when they started school, of course, some years ago, we had them in private school. Then they went to Christian schools. Um, then a few went back to, public school. But as they began to get older, we could see that there was an imbalance in just their education, their interaction, just a lot of family problems in terms of not bringing the morals and the culture and our ways to balance with education. They were coming back home with all these different personalities, and just things were just out of sync. And finally, we just had a family meeting. I said, all our children in our family are all homeschool. And I think now that would be about 15 of them. And one has graduated early and is now taking some college courses, my great nephew, Adam. So I have seen firsthand that the homeschooling is a great asset. It is a great investment, and no one can govern and overwatch your children the way we can, to make sure that no one's going to try to dislodge or separate or break down the foundation in which we live by. Education is a component that we need to have to function in the world. But what the schools were doing was literally breaking down children. And we began to see that. And so I'm so happy to know that all my nieces and great nieces and nephews are all homeschooled, every last one.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Sister Sean, did you have some to add to that? Or
Um, I, I don't have any children in school age children. My great granddaughter is autistic and she goes to a special school. I wish she had the opportunity to attend the Hebrew school. And watching it over this past year, I've been so impressed by the individual attention that the kids get, the teaching on a level and a manner in which they can understand and comprehend. It's very individualized. Um, and the foundation that the school bases all of the teaching on. With the world turning the way it is, I think it's ever more important that we understand how Yah wants us to do things, and with the schools, and and the interaction with teachers and learning experiences now are so out of sync with that. I think we need to be prepared